And we're live. Hello, everyone. Shout out to each and every one of you. And thank you guys so much for tuning into the Siren Speak Show with your girl, Siren. Okay, we are going to look at what it is we need to know as far as surviving, you guys, up from 2026 on above, because I always tell you guys that things are going to be changing. Life, the world, all of that is going to be changing, y'all. It's just not going to be what we think, okay? It's going to be. It's just things are changing. So there's things that we need to know, things that we need to do in order to move accordingly, okay? In this 3D. Yeah, hold on. First thing we need to do is check the weave, okay? My hair is like pulling, so annoying. All right, let me create a little hair ball, and we're gonna put that right in the garbage. But hey y'all, come on, come all. Don't forget to like the video, you guys, as you tune up into. Thank you so much to everybody who come in and hit that like button. I really, truly appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, put this in the garbage. And we're gonna get some. Hey, Stacy up in the building. Hey, y'all. Hey to everybody who say hi to your girl. Like I said, y'all, I'm gonna try my best to go live, you know, a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all like to tune into the lives and stuff, you know, while I'm live. And I love to talk with y'all and chat with y'all. And you know, what am I doing? You know, all of that good stuff. So thank you. So we're gonna look into some messages, y'all, because life be lifing, okay? Life be lifing, yes, it does. And we need to know what it is that life is doing, okay, for us and what we need to do. First things first, let me go ahead and spray some shielding spray, y'all. Protect this energy, honey, because even on the internet, even when you post your pictures, you want to protect them things, child, because, oh, Lord. Let me tell y'all, okay? You guys, go over to spiritualcandies.com and purchase your slot in the blood type seminar. Okay? It is $0, but when I get that order, you're going to go to the site, you're going to purchase the blood type seminar. Remember, we did part 1. This is part 2. That way I get to send it to you guys via email, like the Zoom and all of that stuff, because as you guys know, I am no longer on social media. I don't know how long that's going to be. I don't know. I've been deleted my Facebook, and I have deleted my Instagram. Will be deleted completely, not turned off for a little bit, delete, okay? And I talk about a lot, okay, what's going on in Patreon. So if you guys have not subscribed to Patreon, you guys, there's 2 tiers that you can choose from, either Becoming Goddess or Love is Love, both great. Okay, each week I give you guys advice, and y'all, the stuff that's been coming up in regards to love is deep. It's going deep and dirty, honey. Child, the messages that's been coming up been a little deep, okay? But each week you get 1 to 2 guided messages, you know, that I talk about and let you know what's going on in regards to love, okay? Things you need to do if you need to, you know, become abstinent for a little. I'd be like, look, now it's not the time to be intimate, or, you know, somebody may approach you this week. Be careful, you know, somebody's watching your Instagram. You know, it could be so many different messages, y'all. But shout out to the Patreon family. I really, truly appreciate you guys. We are going to get into what it is that we are going to be discussing today. Like I said, y'all, don't forget, go to Patreon, go to spiritualcandies.com, get you a slot, because I only put so many. After that, that's it, okay? Also, I told you guys, Mercury is getting ready to go retrograde on the 18th, whenever that's the 18th. What's the day, the 16th? Today's the 16th. July 18th, Mercury will be going retrograde. It will be retrograde from July 18th until August 11th. This retrograde is going to be some very powerful, critical energy. I mean, blip, 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 like that. Car accidents, return of karma with exes is going to be very heavy, because we're going through a very powerful cleansing and detoxing as a collective. So we have Mercury retrograde. We have Saturn that is retrograde. We have like about 5 planets, I think, that are retrograde right now, y'all. So it's a lot of heavy energy that we are about to get into. Okay. I have listed a Mercury retrograde bath. All you need to do is take one. Get you a Mercury retrograde bath. That's the only way Siren can help you. Is I'm preparing you guys for these energies because it's not taking it easy on a lot of us, y'all. It's kind of like pass or fail right now, right? It's literally like a pass or fail type energy, but everybody needs to take this Mercury retrograde bath so that the energies as they come through, we can vibrate to them and you can learn. Okay, there's a lot for us to learn during this upcoming Mercury retrograde as well. But definitely, if you can, go to the site, get you a Mercury retrograde bath, honey. Okay, and take that Mercury retrograde bath. Next level stuff. All right. You say your birthday is in a few days. Oh shoot! Well, happy birthday to you. I don't like doing that in advance. So in a few days, when it's your birthday, put that up, Stacey. Remind me, okay? That is going to be your birthday in a few days. Because I don't like celebrating birthdays early. I ain't even going to do you like that, Stacey, okay? Now, I don't mind doing like a happy belated birthday, but I don't like celebrating them, all early and stuff like that, So, Stacey, you know how old you going to be. Okay, we discussed the birthday in the last class that we had. And Roma, yeah. You know how old you gonna be, okay? Let me see. Shout out to y'all. All right, we're gonna get the message, y'all. Let's tap into it and let's just see. So my time, I think about 6:30 up in there, y'all, is when I'll probably be going live. So we're gonna go live probably like at least 3-4 times a week, y'all. Okay, about 3-4 times a week, maybe one day on the weekend, but then throughout the week as well with one weekend day, which that weekend day more than likely will be a Sunday. And on Sunday, I might go live early. Like you'll have to catch me early in the morning. Okay, or early in the afternoon, something like that, regardless. But we're going to get these messages, okay? All right, let's see. Let's see, y'all. Don't forget to go and get the blood type class, you guys. And if you haven't gotten your blood type kit, y'all make sure y'all get it, take it, so y'all can be up on this information when we do. Okay. I think I'm going to put the link to the blood type kit that you can order on the site. Okay, that way, if you haven't ordered your blood type site kit, you can go to the site and get it. First of all, a lot of us want to be successful, or what we know as successful, right? We want success. We do. We want success. We want happiness. We want good health. First things first, we're going to have to do a lot of work on health. Okay, meaning there are energies that will be attaching themselves to you, but they're going to be attaching themselves to your spirit bodies. Okay, to your spirit bodies. Let me see if I have the info on that. Hold on, y'all. Let's talk about them. Did I put it up here? Okay. So let's look at them. Ooh-cha. First things first, we have the physical body, okay, which is what we call the etheric body, okay? The physical body is right here. We know that, right? So this is where a lot of dis-ease, this is why I tell y'all this Mercury retrograde, every Mercury, all of these planetary energies, because we're in a different vibration, because we're no longer vibrating towards a 3D type of energy. We're vibrating to like a fifth dimensional type of frequency. So these planetary alignments are starting to hit a lot harder. I told you guys also, each month, I'm going to be doing readings on the planetary alignment. So this month we have, let's see, Venus enters Gemini, Neptune goes retrograde, Uranus enters Gemini, full moon in Capricorn, Saturn retrograde in Aries, Mercury retrograde in Leo, the sun will enter Leo, new moon in Leo, Chiron goes retrograde, and Venus enters Cancer. So let's say you say, well, Siren, ever since Mercury went retrograde in Leo, I feel like, things have been happening. I'm a little confused. I am placing consultations on the site for the planetary energies. Okay. So if there's a specific planetary energy that you feel like, okay, this one here, I feel like it's kind of affecting me, or I just want to know how this is going to affect me personally, then you can go to the site and you can get those readings. Okay. So now we're going to look at these bodies, okay, where we're going to be feeling a lot of this stuff. So one, we have the etheric body, which is the physical body. Now, it doesn't get here until it has been in you for a minute. Usually, that was back in the day. Now they're able to penetrate through the body a lot faster, which means if something was sent to you, let's say an entity or energy is in your aura. Now, remember, you have your physical body, and your aura expands usually about 25 feet from your physical body. So from where you stand to 25 feet all the way around you is your aura. Right? So a lot of times spiritual energies will hide in your aura. This is where I, Siren, come in, and I do the psychic, the surgery on your soul, because I look in your aura and I can see where there's dis-ease in your aura. And this is why I tell you guys a lot of things that you're like, what? Huh? So these things can be in your aura, and they travel inside of your aura until they get to the physical body. And that's when it manifests as what we know as dis-ease within the body. That's when it manifests as some sort of, sickness that we start to experience, because it starts to then affect the physical body. Okay. Which means it's been in your aura for a long time. So before, you guys, that used to take years for it to come through and seep down into the physical. Everything is moving faster now. We're at a fifth dimensional type of frequency now. So everything is moving faster. Remember, you used to be able to get a cold, and it would take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks for you to start experiencing symptoms. You get a cold about 2-3 weeks before you start to achoo. You know what I'm saying? Or when you get the flu is in your aura, and then it makes its way to you. Like when you catch it, from somebody else, it takes a while, right? So just like, with a lot of things, okay, it takes a while. But now that we're in the fifth dimensional frequency, y'all, things are moving a lot faster than they did before. Okay. So we're going to look at the bodies, the different bodies. One, we have the physical body, which is the etheric body. Next, we have the emotional body. Okay, then we have the mental body, right? This is where your thoughts. So when they affect your physical body, that's when you start to experience physical things, breakouts, rashes, feeling sick and all of that stuff. Then you have your emotional body. This is when it affects your emotions, and, you don't have any physical symptoms. Usually when something gets to your emotional body, you really start to just get a hunch. It's like, that's where that intuition, like you just feel like I might be coming down with something. It hasn't happened yet, but you got that feeling. Okay. Then you have the mental body. This is when you start thinking like, oh God, you start thinking like it's in your head. It hasn't manifested in the physical, but it's in your head. You like, dang, I don't know. I don't feel it, but I just might, you start thinking that way. So this is where they start to attack you, that mind, that emotion, and then that physical body. Next, you have the astral body. Okay. Then you have the, this one here is called the etheric. This is another fifth dimensional version of the body, that version of the etheric body. Then you have the celestial body. Then you have the, what is it called? Oh, Lord, I can't see this, y'all. Ketheric. Okay. It starts with a K, right? So on one side is where those physical, the mental, the emotional, the mental, and the etheric, the physical body. And then on the other side is where those are more like the spiritual bodies. So that's usually like that, left side type of energy, you guys, where you start to pick up on things before, they happen. So as these energies start to attach themselves to us, we will start to, be able to feel it a lot sooner than we did before. That's why I told y'all this is how to survive from 2026 on up, because the planet is just going to get higher in vibration. Okay. And this is, once it get to a certain vibration, then that's when the computers are going to be here. Okay. This is when they're going to bring out all of those robots. The robots can't come right now the way they are going to be in the future in such a bigger amount. Okay, because right now they have to push it from 5D to probably, I think, 6 or 7D. Okay, so that those robots can come and they can provide the, the consciousness that I guess the planet will need at that time. But as of right now, you guys, yes, it's us. And slowly but surely, in order for us to move into a fifth dimensional and higher experience, we are being forced, okay, with a lot of AI, with a lot of artificial intelligence. Okay. We are being forced, and this is where I think the chip will eventually come from, with that being placed in the body, because we're not ready. We're just, as a people, we're not ready for that. We don't want that and or need that, but it will be forced, on upon us, because it's just going to be time for that. Okay. So with that being said, you guys, with more and more of this AI stuff that's coming out, it's like it's dumbing us down more and more and more. So the human is just becoming like very third grade. Okay. And AI is where the consciousness is. Even when you go to Google, this Chat GPT is just taking over. Nobody wants to answer their own questions and things of that nature. I really feel like the website or the internet, okay, was very necessary. Okay. I feel like there was a need for the internet, but it's just the AI, the artificial intelligence that comes along with it. I really feel like the internet, if it would have been just, things that were, I don't know, I don't want to say man-made, but it's just that AI, y'all. That AI is jacking a lot of things up. Okay. So we're going to have to face that. That's going to be your biggest enemy, is AI. Okay. It's going to be your only competition is going to be AI, because they're going to be trying to, take over a version of you. I told y'all they already uploading y'all into database. Okay. They already creating an AI version of you. It's just on ice, waiting for the time to come. And once the AI version of you come out, it's like, I don't know what it's going to be like at that time, y'all. I ain't even going to lie. I don't know what it's going to be like. But yeah, once that AI version of you come out, a lot of you have already listened. They've already started to tap into your energy and take over, your consciousness through AI. If you have Facebook, if you have IG, if you have, social media, TikTok, and you got to look at the agreement that you signed just to have that, you already gave AI permission to study you. Okay. And to pretty much replace you. You already gave them permission. So that's why they want to keep you on it. Every time you go on there, AI tell you what you think and what you want, what you want to see. It controls and it manipulates everything. You don't even got to search for nothing no more, because AI is already up in your head telling you what you want and who you want to see and what you want to see, and creating a narrative, just throwing things down in your face for you to see. All right. I'm clarifying these things, y'all. Hold on. I personally, me and AI, we don't really, me and AI, we don't really, we click, but we ain't clicking like, like that. We just have to have a conversation as to, some boundaries. You guys need to get some healthy boundaries, even with your social media, even with AI. Don't think that AI is just like, this artificial intelligence. That's just all it is. AI is something way bigger, okay, than what it is that we're thinking it is. Okay. Y'all, a lot of grounding, okay, is going to be needed for us. I already told you guys, definitely ground yourself, get out, go for little walks. Okay. If you have a forest or a park, go for walks. If you have a beach or a lake or something, you can get by some fresh water, go by the lake, I mean, a river. Or if you have a beach, go and spend some time in nature as much as possible, because it's like they're literally erasing nature. Okay, being replaced with all of this artificial stuff. Y'all see the trees is damn near gone. Okay, every time there's 5 blocks of trees, they cutting it down, putting up some more apartments, because who's going to need it? Because we trying to get to the point we trying to sell air. Okay, next thing you know, you're going to be at Walmart buying some air, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you are standing up and you are defending yourself, and you're only going to do that with your frequency. There are things that you guys can do in between, shadow work, like I said, to work on yourself. I already told you guys, surrounding yourself with the right people, y'all. This is not a time for us to surround ourselves with low vibrational people. I'm sorry. No matter how much you love them, they could be your kids, they could be your friends, they could be your auntie, your uncle, your coworker, your bestie from wherever. It's not safe. It's not safe to be around anybody who vibrates low enough to be accessed, okay? Because once they've been compromised, that's it. You going down. Okay. And these energies, not playing. And I feel like, AI got a lot to do with it, because AI, it's man versus the machine. Okay. And that's what it's getting to. We sitting up here thinking it got something to do with Russia and all. No, it's man versus the dang on machine. Okay. That's what's going on right now. While they distracting you with all of that other stuff, machine is coming in and taking over more and more and more and more. We're in a position, you guys, we have moved into a time where we can converse and we can connect with alternate or multiple versions of ourselves. We are now in a multi-dimensional. Once you get into the 5th dimension, this is when you start to experience a multi-dimensional experience, which means you can connect with multiple versions of yourself. Okay. I know a lot of people say, what, huh? Yes, you can connect with multiple versions of yourself. Now, some of them will want to help you. Some of them may want to fight you and kill you. Who's to say? It depends on how healed and unhealed you may be. Right. But with us being able to connect with multiple versions of ourselves, we have the ability to connect with future versions of us. Okay. And the future version of you know what's going to happen or know what has happened, and will come and help you and give you a lot of, information as to what it is that you need to do to prevent certain things, and will guide you. Since we have moved into a 5th dimensional experience, we're also in a position to where we have higher dimensional beings that we can converse with and we can connect to and get information. You guys should be dreaming like it's nobody's business. Honestly, I don't think anybody should be not dreaming in the 5th dimension. You have to go through the 4th dimension, which is the dream state. So in order for you to arrive or be in the 5th dimension, you have to dream. There's no, oh, I don't dream, or I'm not dreaming, or you may not remember your dreams, but you have to dream, because that means you've passed the dream state of the 4th dimension and you have moved into a 5th dimensional experience. A lot of things are taking place in the dream state. Okay. Honestly, I feel like when it comes to the dream state, you guys, I feel like this is when this version of us shut down and another version of us take over. Okay. I feel like we are already multi-dimensional, living in multi-dimensional realities, because I don't know too many people who don't go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you only going to be up for so long before your body will automatically shut down, unless you are taking some type of substance that will keep the body awake. But you think just because the body is awake don't mean you up in there. Okay. You more than likely have checked out and went into the other dimension. And there's another entity that is now operating your body. Because there are people who, they be on a substance, right? And they could be up for 4-5 days. Like, I ain't had no sleep in 4-5 days. I've been up on it all night, all day. I be on it. You want me, you can find me in the air. It's like that. So they be up, but consciously, I think after a certain amount of time, they do check out. Okay, they do go into the other dimension, and then something else can be, in that body for those days. Because you ask them what happened, they don't remember. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I can't really remember, so I do feel like we're already living a multidimensional reality, you guys. When you go to sleep, when you get tired, it's that body that's shutting down so that you can now tune into another body. So when you go to sleep and you dream, you should be doing some powerful things in your dream state. You should be alert and awake, just like you are over here. You should be able to take information. Do you know how when you wake up, you can bring information from that dream into this reality? Just like when you are up over here, you take information from this reality and you start to dream about it. Okay. A lot of time your dream will, alert you to things that are about to happen. A lot of time your dream will alert you to when somebody cheating on you, or alert you to when, something bad about to happen, or, I'm saying, your dreams will let you know a lot if you understand that you are already living multidimensional realities. When you go to sleep, that's a whole other reality, you guys, that you're tapping into. You can do things. It's a great reality, because when you get to learn how to do work on that end, where you don't need this physical body holding you down, because over there you could fly, over there you don't need the requirements of this physical realm. This is the physical realm where if you want to get around, you need a car, a bike, a plane, a boat. You need all of that stuff. But over there, you don't need no plane to get from one place to the next. If you are standing in what you know as, let's say, Miami, and next thing you know, you want to go to Cali, it's like this. You just in Cali all of a sudden. That's how powerful you are in that realm. So that's why you want to be as conscious as you possibly can in that realm, so that you can do things over there that will shift this realm over here for you. Okay. So just learning how to become this higher version of yourself, and learning how to understand, okay, what it is that you can do in that dimension, right? Understand the powers that you have in that dimension, and doing what it is that you can in that dimension, because a lot of you trying so hard in this dimension, doing too much, just team too much over here in this physical part. When you do a quarter, 10% over there, and you will get a bigger outcome in this realm. Okay. So when you start to connect to higher versions of yourself, and you start doing that work on yourself, y'all, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new outcome. Okay. So definitely the need to shift the way that you eat. Okay. For those of you who are taking the class that we're going to be doing, all right, we're going to be doing the blood type, eating for your blood type class. We're going to be going over things. If you haven't already, go to the website and purchase it. Okay. It's literally $0. Okay. This is going to be the part 2. Go to the website, sign up for that class, you guys. So that you can at least have this information. There is information on the website, on the internet, if you guys choose to do that. But I found so much conflicting. I really feel like AI is coming in and manipulating a lot of information. You guys, because we think that Chat GPT wants to tell us the truth and wants to tell us this, but Chat GPT is only telling you what it is programmed to tell you. Okay, which means there's somebody behind it who could possibly have manipulated that information. The best way to get information is to go within. We don't need to go to a place that starts with the word lie, looking for the truth. So the minute you walk into that library, just know there's a 50-50 chance that what you're getting could be false. But when you go within and you learn how to tune into yourself for the truth, that's exactly what you will get. Okay. And when we do this class, you guys, we tune in. I don't get it from no book or, all that, none of that stuff. We go within. I look and I go within the Akashic, okay, the Akasha, to see what it is that's true, what it is that's not true. When I started finding a lot of conflicting information online, I was like, oh, chat, people will be all over the place. You don't know anymore. You don't know. So siren goes in the soul, and get it from there. A lot of, possible issue. I'm going to say issue, possible. I'm going to say a lot of issues when it comes to the food. Okay. Food being used as a weapon. Okay, so very much so, be careful. You know, when you start to work on yourself and you start to increase your frequency, you guys, what I've noticed is my appetite, the amount of food that I used to eat versus the amount of food that I eat now has changed tremendously. I cannot shove breakfast, lunch, and dinner down my throat. Impossible. Impossible. Not only that, I've learned when it comes to water, we should not be drinking a gallon of water, according to what I have experienced. Okay. I'm not going to come on here trying to give nobody no medical advice and things of that nature. Definitely check in with your doctor to make sure that you could cut back on the amount of water that you're taking in. Okay. But I Siren, okay, was going to my doctor and I was drinking, you know, she said you should drink, I think she told me 3 bottled waters, and my bottled waters were like 1.5 liters. Like this was a lot of water. So she was like, according to my weight, I should be consuming damn near a gallon of water, right? And I was, you know, drinking that for years, drinking. For those of you who watch my vlogs, thank you so much, y'all. If you haven't, the channel is called Siren Nicole. Okay, y'all can go over there and y'all can subscribe to the vlogs. That way, y'all get to see. I really just show y'all how I live as a goddess and just make it easy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all will get what it is that I do. There's a lot of people who, you know, was watching my vlogs. They probably didn't understand a lot of stuff. Like, what? Why she? Okay, why she washing the food like that? What you mean you gotta put this? You know, it is what it is. But so yeah, I was talking about it. You know, I talk about a lot of stuff over there, you guys, about how to take care of your health, how to, you know, recognize things in your body, decoding your dreams, all of that stuff, right? So I was going to the doctor and they had me drinking all this water, you guys, and I started to develop, I think it's called edema, okay, where, you know, it's like you start to swell, you carry a lot of water in your legs, your arms, your feet. It was to the point where it was very uncomfortable for me to walk. Like I would get out the bed in the morning like, oh my God. And I'm going back and forth to the doctor. And, you know, the doctor told me gravity. That's what she said. She was like, you know, there's nothing wrong. They couldn't find anything wrong. But here I am chugging down all of this water. And come to find out, you know, my husband was like, maybe you should just not drink that much water because you drink too much water. And I'm just like, well, this is the amount the doctor told me I need to drink. So, y'all, that water was drinking that much water was damn near about taking your girl out of here. Okay. I mean, swollen feet, swollen ankles, swollen toes. Okay. And I'm like, what is going on? What is happening with me? And I cut back on the amount of water I drink. I drink about 1 bottle of water throughout the day. I drink when I first wake up in the morning, you guys, which you should. I would say drink anywhere from 4 to 8 ounces of water when you get up in the morning. Okay. Then throughout the day. Another thing that I've learned is eating and drinking water is not good. Okay, for me, I'm just giving you things for me. I'm not giving you guys any medical advice, and I'm not trying to diagnose or treat anyone. Okay, I'm just giving you my experience. Okay, so eating, okay, and drinking water is just not the thing to do. Okay, you want to drink water maybe before, maybe an hour or 30 minutes before you eat, and or maybe an hour or 30 minutes after. Okay, you eat, you guys. And like I say, these are things that you guys may want to look into because we're going to have to survive this 5D energy. And if we keep putting all of this food in our body, it's going to make us more and more tired, which means, you know, we already have the things that are inside of the food that are making us tired. And then with us eating, okay, cut back, you know, just the need to cut back because in the 5th dimension, you don't need that much food, okay, to give your body energy because your body is going to get majority of its energy from sunlight, you know, from the flowers, from chlorophyll and all of that stuff. Your body is going to get energy from the frequencies that it come in contact with. That's why I said you want to surround yourself with high frequency people. You don't want to be around low vibrational people because it will affect you. You will then become the charger that everybody plug into. And next thing you know, you're just too tired to get up and do anything. You be thinking about everything you want to do, but get nothing done. Okay. So Definitely, you guys, you want to focus on perhaps cutting back on how much food it is. It's not our body; these new bodies that we have, as they're being upgraded, you guys, they don't require that much food, not the way they used to. There are so many. Being that AI is, over the food, okay, right now, y'all, they going barbecue and baked potato chips. Okay, they got taco flavored potato chips. They got macaroni and cheese flavored potato. AI can create anything. Okay, so a lot of this food that we are consuming, especially the junk food, we need to definitely make sure that we stay away from junk food. Excuse me, as well. Another thing you may want to look into, okay, is supplements. If you're somebody who you're out there taking supplements, you definitely want to make sure you do full and thorough research on any supplements that you're taking, making sure that you are taking the genuine version of that supplement and not the man-made version of that supplement. For example, I take B12, and the natural form of B12 starts with a methyl, okay? So it starts with methyl, but the man-made version starts with a C. It's like a coba, okay? So you definitely want to make sure that when you are out there choosing your supplements, that you do the research to find the natural version of that supplement. A lot of these supplements are containing things like rice flour. They have a lot of fillers in them. So when you're taking these supplements, you're taking probably 10%, okay, of the actual supplement that you want, and the rest are some sort of filler, okay, that are in these supplements. And when you take that 10%, your body is probably only going to take 1% of that. So really, you're not getting the sufficient amount of that supplement that you need. That's why you want to take and make sure that it is a 100% natural version of the supplement, okay? And that's if you are taking any supplements. Stacey, you say I love me some hood snacks. Ooh, Stacey, I know you ain't up in there buying Rick Ross chips at the corner store now, Stacey. Stacey, you ain't going up in there getting no Cardi B chips with a hot sausage and a pickle egg. Stacey, I know. Okay, which snacks you getting out of there, Stacey? Which snacks you getting? You say, oh no, not them. Which ones you getting? Which you talking about? Just going to the corner store, y'all? Please excuse me, but y'all know Sarah, okay? I mean, this makeup and these lights, honey, it just does something to my third eye, honey. I don't know. It just makes everything start running. Okay, you say like chips and cookies and stuff like that? Okay, so if it's just like, regular chips and cookies, well, I can't say regular, y'all, because, these ain't on chips, honey. I be walking in there and they be like pig feet flavored potato chips. Chai, it be like meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and corn. I said, what the hell is listen? As you start to increase your vibration, you say maybe a pickle egg here and ooch. Now I ain't gonna lie, I could tell for pickle egg here. I ain't gonna lie, Stacey. I have not had a pickle egg in years, probably over 10 years, probably longer than that. I ain't gonna lie. But I am not one to walk past a pickle egg if it was there in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to the store to buy a pickled egg. But if I had a pickle egg in front of me, like if I was at your house and you like, I got some pickle, I'd be like, okay, let me get a pickle egg. I would do that, okay? But I am not one to, shun a pickle egg, okay? But I haven't had one in so long. And I honestly don't think pickle eggs are bad. Now, hot sausage, that's something else. But pickle eggs and pig feet, pig feet and all that stuff. But an egg is an egg is an egg, okay? But, you definitely want to stray away from junk food because there's a reason it's called junk. Okay. You definitely want to stray away from junk food. Now, that's something that you may have to first limit yourself, slowly but surely, and then, back away from it because junk food does contain, a lot of color. It contains artificial flavoring. It has a lot of artificial stuff in it. And it's kind of like a car. Your body is like a car. If your car take 83, you put 83 in there. If your car take, 87, you put 87 in there. If your car take 93, you cannot put 87 in there. So as you do work and you increase your body from taking 87 to 93, you can't go back to eating all of that stuff, that junk food, because it's just going to lower your vibration. And now we have a responsibility, you guys, to maintain our vibration. You want to maintain a high vibration like you want to maintain a high credit score. Okay. So remember, they're going to be moving towards what they call social credit score. Now, just imagine your credit score being based on everybody in your neighborhood. Okay? Your credit score is based on everybody in your neighborhood. Aren't you going to want to surround yourself with people at that point who do right by themselves, who pay their bills on time, who save their money or invest their money, or people who are doing right by themselves? If it's going to affect your credit score, this is the type of environment, this is the type of world that we're moving towards. Okay? Where because you're going to know, all right, this person ain't got nothing. I'm telling you, they're going to get to the point where you're going to only be allowed to purchase so much. And you're going to be surrounded by all the people that can only purchase so much. And people who can purchase higher are going to be in other, parts of the world, other neighborhoods and things of that nature. So this is why, if your social credit score is going to be based on your frequency, I'm telling you now, it's going to be based on your frequency. It is going to be based on your frequency. It is not going to be based on how you pay your bills and stuff, how much money. This is even going to determine how much money you can actually have. Because the money, is then going to be manipulated on, how much you could spend, how much meat you could buy, how much you could do this. Y'all, listen, let them do that if that's what they want to do. But understand, Stacey, why you got this purple thing next to you? I don't understand what that is. That's something new. I don't know what that is, Stacey. I'm looking at this little purple thing. Okay, I see. Wait, I see it by Crystal Tooth. Child, that must be some new child. I don't know. I don't know what that is. What is that? Let me see. It don't tell me. I don't know. But you say frequency has got to be popping? Yes. This is how you going to start. Y'all got to start now. Y'all have to start now. Okay? Don't let something like a pick a leg lower your frequency. Okay? It's hard. I've been struggling. Y'all know when we do seminars, y'all know Siren, if it ain't no food, Siren ain't there. Right? Y'all know when we do seminars, we pull out the food, okay? Food gonna be there, drinks gonna be flowing, and things of that nature. And we ain't talking about, y'all know we don't do like no wings and fries and stuff. We have a good meal, right? Because that's just how I love a wholesome, type of environment. We eat, things of that nature. So, we have to like pull back. For somebody like me who's a foodie, I love a good old plate of food, right? But even I had to pull back, and it's not easy. But y'all are gonna have to take care, because you will suffer the consequences. I'm telling you now, because the universe, I was looking at I don't know what this guy, Nino Brown. He go by Nino Brown now. Yeah, I knew him as Rich Kid. Y'all know Nino Brown. Okay. And he made a statement the other day where it was very brief. And I don't think he meant anything by it. He said, because, y'all calling God the universe now. Y'all don't even call him God no more. Y'all call it, mankind. This is just Siren speaking on the Siren Speak show. Okay. Mankind can be God. Because a God is someone who is more like in control of things. He can orchestrate things. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call a God. But what we know as God, that thing, that energy that is so far, you can't put it in a category. You can't call it nothing but everything. It is the universe. It is in everything. It doesn't have a gender. It's not male or female. It is male. It is female. It is teenager. It is woman, adult. It is baby. It is dog. It is lion. It is a car. It is the universe. It is everything. To me, calling it God, this is just to me, calling it God is diminishing the value of what it is, because that energy is over everything you know as a God. Okay? Because we have the gods that are here, and the gods are very powerful beings. You are a God. You probably asleep in God and don't know it, but you are a God. That's how big and powerful it is. The universe is so big that it just creates and pop out gods all day. Boop, 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 boop. Just pop out gods. Now, a lot of us are not awakened to the fact that we are gods. And we right here singing, I'm only human. You know what I'm saying? But when you finally get your chance to wake up and step into your boots and sit on your throne, you gonna know that that came from something so powerful, so big, it cannot fit in a small box called God, you know? So with that being said, this is why I call it the creator, you know, the universe, you know, the all, because it is everything and it is nothing at the same time, you know? So you guys, we will be suffering the consequences of whatever you vibrate towards. If your frequency is low, now listen, this is just siren speaking. We know people do spell work, right? There are people out here who just, and this people, everybody do spell work, even your churn. Okay? If you put that thing on candle on that baby cake and you said, make a wish, and you got your baby doing a spell. Okay? You got your baby doing a spell. First birthday. Here you go, little warlock. Little witch. Go on, make a wish. Okay? It's just what it is. That's life, you know? That's just our nature. It's actually who we are. We naturally do this, you know? It's not forced upon us. It's we wake up like this. And they demonize it and say, ooh, you know, it's only bad when your intention is bad. When your intention is to, you know, bring harm to somebody else or do something destructive, you know, then that's when it's bad. But when you are around here wishing and hoping and, you know, doing work to manifest a positive life and good health for you, and, you know what I'm saying? Hey, okay, do you, boo? Do you? So the thing about it is that with so many people out here having the ability, that's why I say you all are gods. All of you are gods and goddesses. You just have to awaken to that version of you. Okay. But what I'm saying is, if you vibrate towards it, you will experience it. A lot of people say, oh, the devil busy. No, the devil ain't busy. You just vibrating low. The devil is you. Okay. Just like you're God, you are the devil. See, this universe created versions of you to balance itself out. The devil is the unhealed version of you that blames everybody for everything, that refuse to do the necessary shadow work to increase your vibration, okay? That just deceives yourself, the self-love is low, whatever. And I personally don't see that version as a bad thing, you know? But you got to look at that lower version of you and you got to know how to heal that. See, I don't run away from what we call the devil. I sit and have a conversation with it. Look, what we got to do to get you to vibrate high, okay? We got to let that thing go. We ain't mad at her no more, okay? We over that. We beyond that, okay? We ain't got to call in kumbaya, but we over that. That's how you control, okay, your demons. A lot of people run at the thought and sound of this conversation because it's just too much. It's like, you know, we're too programmed, right? We got to get out of that programming, because if they're programming you to fear something, then you would never face it. And you have to be able to have that conversation about what a devil is, who the devil is. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit down and be able to have that conversation the same way you could talk about that new sandwich at Chick-fil-A. You can sit down and you can have that conversation, be like, what we got to do, we got to work this out. We got to fix this, okay? Because the only way to get up there, okay, the only way to complete the level is to beat the devil. So if you so busy running away from it, if you so busy, oh God, I can't. I just want all negativity out of my life. Y'all, just imagine how boring this world would be if everything was all good. Do you know that there's a place that you are where everything is all good? Everything is just all peachy. You wake up every day, everybody is all happy. Everybody is just like, oh, hello to you today. You know, everybody's happy. Oh, let me get that for you. Oh, I can help you with that. Y'all know we come here for a reason because we want to experience this ghetto. It's kind of like the rich kids, how they be wanting to go to the ghetto because that's where the fun at. You know, because everything is all peachy. They don't have to work for nothing. Everything is given to them. It's so easy. Everything is laid out. They don't learn any morals, okay? They just, and they want some excitement. So they go and get that little black friend, or, you know, they go to the hood and things. Y'all seen that movie, what was it called? ATL with Lauren London and T.I.? You know, everything was given unto her. Everything was just so fancy. And she craved it because honestly, we crave balance. We understand that there's no order without chaos. And when you step into your true God energy, mentally especially, and emotionally, spiritually, and then eventually physically, you understand that there's no order without chaos. Those storms come not to attack you, not to tear you down, to break you down, but to get rid of the fact that you were too afraid to get rid of. There was something that needed to be moved in your life that you was just like, I'm going to do it next week. I'm going to do it next month. I'm going to do it next year. And then the storm come and say, now it's done. And we don't get to really appreciate the storm because we always say, that's the devil busy. He done sent another storm, baby. God sent you that storm because you was moving too slow. You was taking your time. You was procrastinating like it was nobody's business. So some of these storms that we experience come to help us, and we need to learn how to appreciate it. So when you're going through that storm, no matter what it is, when you're going through that storm, you need to stop focusing on the actual storm. You need to be able to sit still in the midst of that storm, even though everything flying across you. Your sofa just flew that way. Your refrigerator flew that way. Your churn flew this way. The dog done flew past you. You got to be able to sit still and say, how is this happening for me? Help me to see it. God, grant me the serenity, honey. God, grant me the wisdom in this moment. You got to learn to be still in your storm. See, we too busy moving, trying to run and hide and duck. And oh, Lord, are we feeling like a victim in a situation where God is literally trying to bless you. God said, I see you've been struggling, trying to get this out of your house, trying to get this out of your way, trying to get past this situation right here. So I'm just going to come and take all of that out. We got to stop being a victim in the midst of our blessing. And the minute we can remove those emotions, the minute we can stop focusing on, oh my God, we got to stop panicking. And we have to learn to understand, listen, nothing is here to hurt me. There is something I could benefit from in every experience I go through. If you got an experience where, let's say you lose a leg, maybe this next phase of my life, I don't need but one leg. You ever thought that? Some people feel like, you know what, I'm just going to live in misery. Oh, poor me. I only got one leg. Poor me. Feel sorry for me. I'm just going to focus. But then somebody else is over there in the Olympics now. Now they got a gold medal in the Special Olympics because they're like, wow, I would have never gotten this gold medal if I would have had both my dang on legs. You got to find a new path God is trying to put you in. Because see, you don't got too comfortable in that misery that you in, right? You're not getting no recognition. Nobody paying you no mind. Nobody's doing nothing for you. You just sit like a sitting duck stuck. Whatever it is that you vibrate towards, you will experience now that we are in a fifth dimensional frequency. If you vibrate towards some fat, then that's what you're going to experience. So you can no longer be the victim of your circumstance. You are only going to be the victim of your own actions. So in this level of the game, you are the devil. You are the one that's keeping you stuck. You are the reason that you have not gotten where it is that you want to be. You are the reason. If you got people in your life that you know does not help, serve, amplify, motivate, inspire you, then that's your bad. You chose your circle. No one is choosing your circle of friends for you. No one is choosing who you hang around. Nobody is choosing who you spend your day with and the most time with but you. When it comes to a relationship, if you're choosing men who are about that BS or choosing women who are about that BS, then guess what? You will have to suffer the consequences of your decisions and your actions. In the fifth dimension, you are now the devil. You are the thing that is holding you back. Okay? There's the need to learn about yourself, learn about your lineage. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of classes talking about the different bloodlines and things of that nature and understanding and learning your bloodlines. The reason this is going to be important because, like I told you guys, with us being in a fifth dimensional experience now, we have beings that we can actually come in contact with that we were not able to access in the third dimension. Okay. As we move into a fifth dimensional experience, there are higher beings that will now be able to work with us. And if these beings are coming to you and you're afraid, then you know what I'm saying? They will be giving you a lot of information, okay, via dream state. I'm not saying you're going to walk in the grocery store and a big old tall gray going to be standing there like, hey, cousin. But if you do experience that, record it and send me the video, please, because I am all for it, okay? But I'm saying that there are different energies, there are different beings. Some of them may be here to hurt us, okay? Yes, with everything, there's a balance. There's good and bad in everything, okay? But this is why it's going to be necessary for you to learn about your lineage and your roots, okay? Because some of these beings, some of these entities, you know, are actual blood relatives, okay, to you. Learning the truth about your lineage, learning the truth about, you know, what it is that you're going through in life, and who's here to help you. A lot of stuff about history is going to be changing. Things that we used to see, things that we used to know are just not going to be, okay? There's going to be a lot of changing and shifting when it comes to history, and that's because a lot of it was lies anyway. Okay, a lot of what we learned or what we read in the books was, you know, tales, right? A lot of the history that we know, a lot of people that allegedly started this, built this, introduced that, a lot of it was tales. And we got to break out of the lie. So it's a need for us to learn and understand the truth anyway. Okay. It's going to be a need for us to let go of bad habits. Okay, it's definitely going to be a need for us to address any bad habits or any addictions. Okay, if you have addictions, the fifth dimension is not going to be your friend. Okay, because entities will be able to connect and attach themselves to you via your addictions. So if your addiction is food, shopping online, internet, intimacy, any type of drug, recreational drug, drinking, whatever it is, They will be able to attach themselves to you through your unhealed trauma, and which will then generate addictions. Okay. So this is something you want to get in check now. If you know you do something too much, if you know you need to break out of this, listen, start now. Okay. You want to start now. Right? Knowing how to, like, it's kind of like this is giving you guys a manual. Let's say when we were born, we didn't get a manual. We don't know what to do. Ain't nobody tell us, this is like your manual now. Now you're getting the manual to your body and your physical experience. You're going to know what foods to put in it. Okay. If you guys are following the spiritual candies, I don't know who else, other people may be helping you with this. I'm not sure, but you're going to know your lineage. You're going to know your bloodlines. You're going to know who's walking with you, who's coming through to you, who's giving you information, who you need to stay away from. We're going to be discussing all of this stuff. So it's kind of like this is the blueprint, okay? And this is that manual to this human experience that you are having, that you're going to be getting. All of this knowledge is now coming online for us, but it's not in the book and it's not on the internet. When I say it's coming online, which means it is now being activated within us to where we can now tap in and get the tea, okay? Let me see if you guys have any questions. Anybody have any questions, y'all? Let me get the numerology for the day. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Stacey, you say I've slowed down a lot. Oh, yes, honey. Period. I'm still working on it, y'all. I am. I'm still working on it. I've slowed down a lot. I've cut out a lot of things. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm still working on it, okay? The need to exercise, you guys, if you can, y'all, make it your business, even if it's just on a weekend. If you got to start with on a weekend where you like, okay, I have time on a weekend, get up and do you a 30 to 40-minute walk. Okay, exercising is going to be very critical in this fifth dimension. Okay, really, truly exercising. You don't have to do anything extensive, but you definitely, for those of you who are going to be taking the blood type class, I'm going to be telling y'all the exercises that are good for your blood type. So that's why I say you're going to be getting a manual. Okay, to this life. You're going to be getting a blueprint to this life. I'm going to be giving y'all all the tea. So you're going to know how you can survive these next upcoming years, because I'm telling you, with the AI, honey, ooh, child, we taking over. They coming through. All right, let's get the numerology for the day, y'all. Oh, child. Child. Look what comes up. New beginnings. 000. Y'all write these numbers down. Look out for them. They may appear in any way, shape, or form. I don't know. But we have new beginnings, you guys. 000. Okay. That is the first number of the day for today. This is giving solar plexus and sacral chakra. So some of you may want to work on your solar plexus and sacral chakra. The best way to work on them is to cut out bad foods. That's a great way to work on your solar plexus and sacral chakra, because that's the stomach area. So, maybe for those of you who got Patreon, I gave y'all what y'all need to do for this month. Okay. Do it. I'm telling you now. Others of you guys, you can watch what it is that you eat. Okay. Put yourself on a healthy food regime. I don't want to say a diet, but you don't want to do diets. We want to pull away from diets, you guys. We want to do things more like a fast, or you want to make a lifestyle change, which you're going to be like, you know what, from now on, I'm no longer eating pork. Okay. That's it. I'm done with pork. That's it. No more pork for me. That's a lifestyle change. A fasting is, you know what, I'm not going to eat pork for the next 2 weeks. Okay. I'm just going to stop eating pork for the next 2 weeks. And That's a fast. Okay. So you want to look more towards, certain fastings, or you want to consider some sort of lifestyle change. The next card that comes up, the next number, y'all, is 911. You see what it say? Ditching bad habits. Okay. This is how parasites can attach themselves to you. So with this 911, inevitability. Inevitable is the word. Inevitability. Y'all pray for me, okay? But yes, okay, so y'all see that butterfly. In order for us to go through this transformation, you guys, we need to cut out bad habits, okay? It also says having Having faith in your instincts, so trusting your intuition, you guys, listening to your intuition, staying true to yourself, even in change. So as things happen, just stay true to who you are, you guys. So 911 is another number that's coming up for the day. Okay. And we also have 000. So in order for us to have this beautiful new beginning that's trying to happen for us, y'all, we have some things that we have to let go of. And with it being 911, you need to start this today. So y'all need to take some time for the remainder of the day, take a few minutes and write down some of your things that you're doing that just does not, like for me, I would say procrastination, right? Procrastination, I would say laziness. Right? I would say maybe overeating. I used to be able to say that, but I don't really say that too much no more. But overeating, things that you are doing to yourself and your circumstance that are not contributing towards growth. Is not contributing towards you moving forward, right? Overspending, or maybe, buying things you don't need. And the first thing we say when we buy something we don't need is, oh, you can't beat that. Girl, this thing only $1.89. You can't beat that. So you hoard like 8 of them. Oh, I'm gonna get all there. Only $1.89. That's not a reason to buy something because it's $1.89. That's not a reason to buy that. You always say you can't beat that. Well, somebody need to beat you. Give me a belt, okay? Somebody need to beat you, right? We got to stop doing stuff like that, okay? If that comes across your mind, put it down. The first time you be like, oh, this only 3. Oh, you can't beat that. Oh, put it down. Put it down. That means you don't need it. If you can't beat it, that means you don't need it. So put it down, right? Whatever you are doing in life, okay, that is not contributing towards your growth. Right now, I told y'all, you are now the devil. You got to beat your own insecurities, your own low vibrational actions. Okay, you got to beat that version of you that's stopping you from getting ahead. That is all the fifth dimension is going to be showing you. It's not going to be anybody outside of you, because if anything can attach itself to you, that means it's because of something that you have that you're not healing, you're not resolving, something that it has to attach itself to you through something. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get on up out of here, y'all. Don't forget, go to Spiritual Candies, purchase your readings. Don't forget, join us in the upcoming blood type, okay, eating for your blood type class, y'all. It is $0. Everybody who come in and sign up now, you are the ones who's going to get in, okay? This is a part 2. Y'all, what else I wanted to say? I don't know what else is it. Oh, get you a Mercury retrograde bath if you can. This is going to be a heavy Mercury retrograde. It's going to start July the 18th. Okay, and it's going to be until August 11th. So between that time, go to Spiritual Candies, get your Mercury retrograde bath, and take it. Okay, I will see you guys soon. Hey, everybody, I appreciate you guys for joining, and I will be seeing y'all, if not tomorrow, then the next day. Okay, we're really trying to go at least 4 days a week, y'all. I'm trying to come on here, give y'all this tea at least 4 days a week. Okay, I appreciate it. Hey, y'all, good night. Good night. Hey, Terrence, Crystal. Yes, I'll see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.